Hello, I'm Charlie Pogue. I'm the Communications Manager for the Daniello Institute for Veterans and Military Families at Syracuse University, and I'd like to welcome you to the first episode of what we're calling Mondays with Maria. Maria McConville is a U.S. Army veteran, an entrepreneur, a nutritionist and health educator with CHAMP, spouse to the former Chief of Staff for the U.S. Army, as well as a registered dietitian, a mother to 3 U.S. Army officers who are currently serving, and a senior advisor to us here at the IVMF. Maria, welcome.
Thanks, Charlie. Thanks for having me.
With May being Mental Health Awareness Month, we want to highlight some of the unique challenges that women in the military, women veterans, and military spouses face while serving the country. Maria, in your experience, especially in your time in uniform and your time advocating for military spouses, can you highlight some of the unique challenges that women in the military face whenever it comes to mental health?
Well, that's a great question. First of all, let me say that May is also Spouse Appreciation Month. So I want to take the time to acknowledge that and thank all of our military spouses out there for what you do every single day supporting your service member. So back a million years ago, it feels like when I was in the Army, my first duty station out of my internship was at a infantry brigade. So as you can imagine, there weren't many women and in an infantry brigade. So showing up as a second lieutenant in an infantry division was quite daunting. There weren't a lot of other women that I could connect with and that I could network with to grow my career in the military. I think that now things have changed. More women are serving, and I think there are more resources out there for military women to connect with one another, but also to grow their careers as well. And then as a spouse, so when I transferred from being active duty Army into the reserves and then transferring just to be a military spouse and trying to further my career, that was challenging as well. Unfortunately, at the time, I didn't know about any resources available to me to help me grow my career. Obviously, every time we moved, 23 times, it was for my husband's career. And nobody was really looking out for my career trajectory the way that they were looking out for his. So it was very much I was on my own, and at times it felt very daunting. I didn't know of other military spouses who had, kind of paved the way, although I know there were some, but there weren't really too many ways to connect. Of course, this was probably before we were using the internet the way that we use it now to connect with other spouses and to find out about resources. So now, thank goodness, we have the resources like IVMF and many other organizations to help us in our career trajectory the way that I don't think was available many years ago when I became a military spouse.
That is a lot of moves. That's, and talking about numbers, according to the IVMF's most recent data, 79% of the participants with our survey said that accessing healthcare was a concern for them, with 39% of those claiming that access to mental health care particularly was a concern. What were some of the things that you did, and what are some of the changes that you've seen over the years?
So as a dietitian, I became involved with other dietitians who were entrepreneurs. So when I realized that I wanted to go the entrepreneur route because moving every time and changing jobs was just becoming too difficult. And so when I started my own nutrition consulting business, I networked with other dietitians who were entrepreneurs because I didn't know about other military spouses who were entrepreneurs. In looking at some of the mental health challenges that spouses have, loss of identity, maybe not necessarily knowing purpose and passion in their life because we've moved so many times and changed careers and had to adapt to new places. With the Army, they started a master resilience training program for the service members. I was really interested in that and was able to work with the program to bring it to spouses as well. So we trained spouses to become master resilience trainers who then in kind could go out and train all other spouses with these skills of resilience. And I think it really spoke volumes to not only those who were doing the facilitating, but to those who are the recipients of the training.
And as we close out our first episode, Maria, is there anything else that you would like to share with our audience?
I'm just so grateful for the opportunity to be here and also for the resources that you have available through IVMF like this VWise conference. I wish that I had known about these years and years and years ago as I kind of navigated my way through entrepreneurship. But I just that, although I've gone through challenges in my 36 years of being a military spouse, I can honestly say it's helped me grow. It's helped me become more independent. It's helped me become more resilient and adaptable. And through all the challenges, we've had some really great times, and I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Well, Maria, thank you very much for joining us. We hope you join us next month as we continue Mondays with Maria. Thank you.